the passing of O.J. Simpson, for whatever reason, I didn't think. I'm going to tell you there was an incredible obsession. This is cable news is coming up at that point. You got stuff that. There was no social media. Just I can only imagine if you would have had a
That's
Facebook,
funny.
Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about it. You know what I mean? It's like if you'd have had it's like everybody would have been calling. As a matter
it
of
would have
fact,
been
I
live.
feel that right now there's a little bit of like making up for that, right?
Yeah.
Because all social media
Yeah.
are. But I know you were bragging about how young you were,
Yeah, it was
and you
before
were
I was
older, but trying to connect it
I'm
to
older
how-
than I see by the
Right,
couple months.
so I don't care. You're older. Right? So, I know I was
You're
watching.
ancient.
I know I was watching. That's okay. I'm happy to be a witness of history. You know what I mean?
This is history?
History, yes.
Oh, God.
However you want to call it, this was real, guys. This was the whole country.
Yeah.
Also, you got to know that we were coming back 2 years prior to that. I don't know if you remember the L.A. riots, the news about the Rodney King episode,
Yeah.
right?
I remember.
And the country is heavily divided.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go into this situation.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of people in one end who this was a beloved superstar.
Yeah.
This was not a simple individual. This is a guy who has so many things so many accolades. You know what I mean? When it comes to as a football player, you know what I mean? The first guy running 2,000 yards in a 14-game season. This is the first guy this guy. And then even when he stopped playing, he still had those superstar power commercials, shows, TV, and then the situation happened. What is your? How do you remember, or how do you? What is your take on this? Because there's the same way that there was so many good things to say about this guy before that incident. There is an incredible amount of terrible things that happened as a result of that incident.
Yeah. So to me, it just shows you how important individuals are, and like star power is a real thing. Like I said, they will dictate a whole culture and change the way people think about everything because one person who played football, you get what I'm saying, potentially killed somebody. Now all of a sudden he's super important. So I think it's important to know that there are certain people that hold, in the eyes of most people, a greater value than a lot of other people, and that can change everything. So then it's important to know that when you're in that position, what that means to the culture, the country, and everything else. Because to me personally, I don't want to tell you what I believe about the situation, but he's like, talk about it. More than likely, he probably killed his wife, right? But the thing is, it doesn't matter. Why? Because this is not about right and wrong anymore. This is like, I guess, the theme that I'm seeing for today is that regardless of whether you did the right thing or the wrong thing, if I can have a better argument and I can do a better job of marketing my point, then guess what? People are going to go with what I say. So, shout out to the lawyers who can make whatever they want happen,
They call those guys the dream team.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So, I don't know if you ever seen this movie, Devil's Advocate, right? It's a great movie, by the way. But at the end of the day, if you're that good at a game, you can know the person is guilty, know that they're doing the wrong thing, but I'm going to play this game so well that I'm never going to lose. And I think that's the lesson.
One of the guys that ended up representing him literally said yesterday in an interview that he wishes that the Goldman family would have approached him, or the Brown family would have approached him first before he was approached, because as an attorney you have a job to do.
Correct.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean? And at the end of the day, the statement that he made, which is 100% correct, the prosecutors did not prove their case. And that in one end. But I will tell you something very interesting about the situation with the jury that just came out also. But I don't know, what do you
I was in a whole
remember
other
from that
country,
statement?
so I don't know who the hell this guy is.
Were you surprised when you saw the news of his passing and everybody making a big deal?
Everybody making it. I do not understand who this guy is. I don't get it. I guess if you have to equate it to somebody having that much star power, then I understand. It'll be like
Think about Brady right now,
killing somebody.
who
Yeah.
has such a stellar career.
That was the
doing
level of
something
this guy.
that's that's what this guy was. He was at that level of stardom. That level of love,
Likeability.
like literally whites, black,
Yeah.
whatever you were, anywhere. This guy couldn't do anything wrong except for the fact that
He
this
did do
happened.
something
Yeah.
wrong. And
So, I my heart goes to the Goldman family. Ron Goldman passed away. You know what I mean? And not passed away. Was assassinated. Was killed. Was killed. Nicole Brown, was killed. The children. You know what I mean? They have 2 children now today. They're grown. People probably in their 40s. You know what I mean? Or with children. You know what I mean? They have to deal with that history connected to them. But Robert Kardashian, this is where the Kardashians actually pick up a little bit of who are these people, you know what I mean? And if you look at a moment where the verdict is, and you can see this, you can find it when he's announced to be innocent.
Yeah.
You can see Robert Kardashian almost like being like, what? Like he, even though he was part of the defense team, right? He couldn't believe that they actually let him go. So a member of the jury said that about 90%, listen, out of 12 people, about 3 of them really actually believed that he was innocent.
Yeah.
The other 9 knew that he was guilty, believed that he was guilty,
Yeah.
but because of what happened in the LA riots, and it was almost like
Wow.
seeing it. She literally
Crazy.
said that. She literally said that. So it said it was like retribution or kind of like payback. She's like, yep,
Yeah.
and was literally asked. I mean, this is an interview that just happened, right?
Wow.
He's saying you don't see that, you don't think that that's wrong. She's like, it is what it is. It is. That's
It was a big
It was in the
thing
past.
about race, obviously, because his wife was white, he was black, and
Yeah.
then so a lot of that added to the whole trial. It wasn't just
And
about
because of
somebody
the riots,
died. It was
the
about,
riots
no,
that
this is
just
a
take
black
place.
person.
Like,
Yeah.
we as
the
a
police
country,
officer
as a
that-
country in the state of California,
George
though,
Floyd.
at that
Yeah.
point, it's like literally, like this thing is like recently has just taken place. The country's still very divided based on what happened there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of racial tension,
Yeah.
and so this happens, and they saying, "Listen, at that point we didn't care. It's like we
Yeah,
didn't care.
correct.
We were going to say he's innocent no matter what.
True, true.
Whatever
I
they
get
prove,
you.
whether they prove
Yeah.
glove, no glove, whatever the whole situation." We were going to say that he was innocent.
Yeah.
It was a payback. And it was the idea that for the first time you actually saw somebody that was black, but with the resources to be able to pay a fine. And they said, we've seen a lot of white people getting away with this thing.
Yeah.
So the whole thing went outside of anything that looks like justice.
Correct.
There was then later on there was a civil case. And in the civil case, it was actually established that he killed him. But at that point, there was no criminal consequences because you can't do double jeopardy. You can't be trial again for the same
Same thing.
situation. Civil, $114 million was awarded to the Goldman family. As a matter of fact, and then later on, he wrote a book called "If I Did It." Like, you know what I mean? Like, not saying that I
I'm
did.
glad that guy's dead.
But it's not
Sorry.
how I
It's
would have
like-
done
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
the
God.
Goldman family
I would've
took
done it like
that
this, like-
away from him, and he moved to the state of Florida. Meaning his home was based here, precisely because there's additional protection as the homestead type of situation. But this guy is so. I think he is where he was supposed to be. I think that this guy literally, after this, was you witness the transformation of somebody who, listen, either he was that monster, or this is a guy that make a gigantic mistake that then after making that mistake he gradually became a freaking monster.
Yeah.
If you look at his
Yeah.
life, whatever is going to come out of it, you're going to see plenty of stuff coming out. Again, my heart goes out to the Goldman and the Brown family. Nicole Brown was brutally assassinated by this man. Ron Goldman was brutally assassinated. She was almost decapitated. And that's how violent this whole situation was. And there's almost a quasi confession that he makes, talking about not necessarily recalling with clarity, but thinking that he was there and there was blood anywhere. But then he said, but then it's almost like I passed out. I don't recall anything. It's like a weird video of him almost admitting to it, But he never, I don't know if he actually, listen, you dying, your children have to go through this whole situation. Beautiful boy and a girl, they were innocent. You took away the innocence from it. That moment took their innocence forever. What can you possibly believe on after that? After something like that happened, you're about to die. I hope that at least at that moment, this man had the human decency to say, guys, I'm sorry to tell you, but I cannot die without telling you. Whatever that was.
Yeah.